Welcome back to the channel. I'm Vinny, also known as Mr. G UK Reseller. I buy and sell things to make a living on the internet. I also run a friendly local gaming store in the southwest of England called Mad for Miniatures. In today's video, I'll be showing you some things I sold and some things I bought and trying to make some money. I'm back in the shop. I've been bought some more collections. It seems to be every day pretty much now I'm getting brought something in store, which is great because there are no car boots, the charity shops are all around here, and I just can't get out of the store because we're so busy. So having stuff brought to me is absolutely brilliant. So this collection I'm about to show you was brought to me by a regular customer who was passed it through a friend of a friend. I'm not sure why they got rid of it. They obviously didn't want it anymore. They've passed it on and he's ended up with it and he doesn't want it, so he's passed it on to me. We came to a deal, I paid for it yesterday, so I'm going to show you it now. This is the collection. There was two folders, a big folder full of rares and commons and hollows, a folder that holds jumbo cards, a small folder with some better cards in, some EXs, some Vs, some GXs, and then there was some Japanese cards, this Japanese Blastoise deck, and a bunch of bulk commons, uncommons and hollows. This section here has a bunch of sort of like full arts, half arts and promos in. There's a few slightly expensive ones. I'll try and grab those out and show you. So these were the slightly more expensive ones. We've got the Pikachu EX there. That's got a little bit of wear, so it won't be as much as they're normally worth. Then we had the Pikachu V Full Art, Sydney Secret, and the EV Shiny Vault. So that's probably the more expensive cards. There was a whole bunch of cheaper, sort of like £3 or less Vs and promos and that kind of thing. That would be this bunch here. Whole load of cards. Some of these may be slightly over the £3 mark, but generally we're paying about 50p for these. These ones a little bit more actually. So these would have been like, I think these are around £7 to £8, so we'd have been paying like £2 or £3 for these. And then yeah, all of these like 50p bulk. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff there. I'm going to spend the next few hours sorting this out, breaking it down, and I'm going to get some of it listed straight away. I have things like these Generations cards. Probably not worth me selling these singly, but I might be able to do a little bundle deal on those. I may even put them in the shop rather than putting them on eBay. I'll have a little look on there and see if it's worth me putting them on eBay, and if it's not, I'll probably do a little bundle in here, put them in a 9-pocket portfolio, put a price on it, and then just let someone come in and buy that. So there we go. That's another collection brought into the store. If you ever find a collection kind of this size down a car boot, you're not going to get a lot of time to research that. People are going to jump all over it. So what I generally say is, if every card is a penny, you can't go wrong. So if there's 8,000 cards and you're paying £80, you're going to make lots of money. If it's a smaller collection like this, you're going to have to maybe have a little look through it, but the person's going to probably give you at least some time. You can probably make a low ball offer and then banter back and forward with those for a bit, and you'll probably be able to pick up a fairly good deal. Just be careful you're not buying fakes. Have at least a little brief look through a folder or a pile, and just try and make sure they're not fake, because obviously if you're buying fakes, that's pointless. And just try not to overpay. That would be my advice. So you can't go wrong with a penny a card. 10p for a hollow, and maybe 50p for like a full art or a half art EX or V. You can't really go wrong. So there you go. I'm going to get on with that now. So I've managed to strip down that collection. I've took all the bulk out of it. I've took all of the newer rares, newer foils and all that kind of stuff that isn't really sellable as a single card in the store. And I've put them all over there so they can be put into our bundles and our cheap folders and that kind of thing. But this lot is the stuff I'm going to show you now. These are basically all the cards I've stripped from the collection. So I'll quickly just show you them there like that. And then I'll just talk a bit about each pile. So this is Generations. This is a fairly desirable set. It's a little bit older now. There's some hollows and some commons and uncommons here. I'm probably going to do a bundle of those. I might try it on eBay if they've got any value. If not, I'll do a bundle in store for those. This is a little group of unknowns that the person was obviously collecting. Not in the best condition, but some pretty old ones there and a few first editions. So I'll bundle those up in the store as well. Then we've got a bunch of celebrations. Thinking we could probably do a bundle of those. If not, they can just go into our sort of like lucky dip piles. Then we've got some playable cards, some celebrations on top, but there are some playable rares, commons, uncommons from new and old sets. They'll go in our storage boxes around the back, ready for people to buy as single cards. We've got a bunch of Japanese or Korean cards here. They'll get checked and sorted. Then we've got a pile of cards, old and new, that need to be taken home and either listed on eBay or checked and listed for price. And then if we have any listed already, we need to revise the listings we have and add the total numbers of these into that. So that's a whole big pile of those there. A bunch of promos that we need to take a check through. Most of these are not expensive, but we'll take a check on those as well. And then we've got some old WotC cards here. These were in relatively nice condition. Any of the very damaged ones I removed. So these will go into our storage boxes. Again, some slightly older sets, a bit newer than these ones. So there, and then some slightly newer sets again, and then some hollows from those kind of sets. So they all need to be sorted and popped into their respective boxes, ready for sale at some point in the future. We also had this massive pile of old cards, lots of WotC there, so the Wizard of the Coast sets, and some hollows, and some slightly newer sets, but mainly older sets. So we'll do a big bundle of those. I might put that on eBay on an auction and see how that goes. And then this set, I'm going to put this in the shop somewhere as well for sale. So yeah, so that's all sorted now. They need to now be stored, put in their respective boxes and all that kind of thing, but generally that's kind of done now. The stuff that needs to be listed will go home tonight. We'll start checking through that and get that listed as quick as possible. Anything we're going to bundle, I'll get that sorted in a moment, and anything that's going in its storage boxes will go to those boxes. On with the next job. It's time to get some packing done. Today we have a few different types of cards here. So we have a Mind Control that went for £3.50, this Kashtira Rise Heart that we picked up on the weekend that went for £6. This is an ultra rare Yu-Gi-Oh card. A couple more Digimon cards, they went for £8. A few EX and V cards, they went for between £3 and £4 each. A couple of Magic cards, we got this Supreme Verdict that went for £5, this Blood Crypt Rare that went for £20, and this God Eternal Ronus that went for £7.50. A Ultra Ball Secret Rare that went for £25, and then 12 cards, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cards, a mix of different cards. 3 of this one, 3 of this one, a couple of these, and one random. Honch Crow, they went for £53. They all went to the same person. Comes to just over £130 in total sales on cards today. So we have a few parcels going out today, including this One Piece Romance of Dawn box. We got a few extra boxes turn up in an order last week that I wasn't expecting. They weren't on my back order, but they just turned up. I did get charged for them, so I thought I'd stick them on eBay because we still have a few boxes sitting around in the shop. Achieved 145 with this one. Free postage on that one though, so you know, but better than the last ones anyway. So that one's gone. Then over the evening we had this Z Legends Dragon Ball booster box sell as well. Got 115 plus postage for this one. This one's gone to the UK. That one went abroad via GSP. So they were 2 items from in-store. And then there was this item. This was a Revel General Dynamics F16 that I picked up from a charity shop. I sent out some offers. I'm not sure whether this was on the offer. I think I had it up for 50. I put a 9.5% offer out last night. Why not? And this morning, this one had sold as well. So I assume it may have gone on the offer. This one's also going GSP. I really like having GSP on my items. I seem to sell quite a lot of stuff abroad at the moment. It's definitely picked up. 41.44 or something like that this got. This was from one of the more expensive charity shops. I think I paid around about £8 for this. It could have been up to 10, might have even been 12, but I had a little bit of a research on my phone and found out it had quite good comps. I'd seen some sell for up to £50, some sell for maybe 30, and I thought, well, I'll stick it up at 50 and see if we get any biters. Obviously sent that offer out. It obviously got accepted, and now that's gone. So yeah, GSP, that's gone as well. Last 2 items, we've got a Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Game Boy game, The Lion King. That went for £5. Had that up on the store for ages. Would have got that in a bundle, and for some reason I stuck it up on its own. That's sold now, so that's gone. That's just going large letter. And then this was the Getaway games that I sold once. They got returned because the person purchased the wrong games, supposedly. I don't think they played them because they came straight back. Everything was fine. All the manuals, books and everything were in there. All the discs looked fine. Didn't look like they'd been played or anything. They've gone back out. Had to accept a little bit of a best offer on these. Got £13 plus postage for those. Hopefully they won't come back. And that's all the parcels for today. I've just had a customer order come through for a Magic the Gathering Commander deck. Now, the person that sent it through is a regular customer here, said that he's hoping to come in and pick it up on Saturday. So I've got from now until Saturday to find these 100 cards in the store. 30 of them are basic land cards, but the rest of them I've got to search through all of our boxes. Some rares, some commons and some uncommons, and maybe even some mythics in here. Yeah, could be some mythics in there too. I'm going to start on that. Probably going to take me a little while, but I'll be back.
A few moments later.
I've managed to sort out about 30 of the cards from that list so far. It's taking a little bit longer than usual because I'm actually colour sorting the boxes as I go through, like I showed you the other day in the last video. Not if the boxes are massive, I'm not spending hours on them, but if they are smaller boxes or smaller sets, I'm definitely sorting them out into their colour order. These are the 30 cards I've found so far. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's some rares, there's some commons, there's some uncommons. It's actually the end of the day now, so I'm actually off home. Just got to till up and all that business. I'll be back tomorrow to carry on sorting out these cards and hopefully to pack some more items that may have sold on eBay. It's the next day. I'm back in store. Nothing to report overnight. Few sales on eBay. I'm going to get straight on with sorting the rest of these cards out for this chap. I've got my list. These are all crossed off now. More to do on that page as well. I'm going to get Gatherer open. It's a really good website where you can just type in the name of a card and it tells you every set, every Magic set that card's appeared in. So for those I can't remember or ones I don't know have reprints, I'll be using that just to search the cards up, go and look for the card, pop the card on the pile, cross it off the list. I finally finished looking for all the cards for the Commander deck that we were sent a list of. I didn't manage to find all 100 cards, but I did manage to find 90 of the 100 cards. Messaged the customer, told him the price, he's happy picking that up on Saturday, so thanks ever so much to Ruben for messaging us first, rather than going online and buying these. Unfortunately, he will have to source the last 10 cards somewhere else, but he may look for alternatives and we may be able to fill the gaps in for him. So thanks for that. Going to pop those away safe now until he picks them up on Saturday. That's another video done. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please leave me a like and a subscribe. And if you fancy watching any other videos, here's a few more for you to watch. I'll see you next time on the channel.